once I have this blank topology, I will go to this icon, I will click it and drag and drop two routers. On this topology, I need two routers in one switch, and I will drag and drop one switch. Once I have that, I will just position them the way I want them. Let's put the switch in the middle and connect them. Click here and just click same port, and okay, so we have that connection. Let's just quickly rename them. So I will name it R1, and this will be a switch, and this will be R2. So it makes sense for us. Okay, once I have that, I can either put my devices individually start them on, or I can start all of them at one time by clicking here, and all the nodes are up. While they're booting up, I can do a couple of tweaks to the topology with the name, and I'll edit text, make the font white, and change the font size as well. Click OK, and once I have that, I might as well just make it bigger than that. I'll go to 16, click OK. The routers are booting up, so there won't be anything I can do about it. So I might as well just edit this and make it look good, our topology. Okay, and one thing I will do is font size, and I will go to 16, same size. Okay, it's good. All right, once I have that, we'll add an IP address 198.155.10.0/30. That's what we'll be using, and I will use it here .1 and .2. Yeah, so let me just put it up there, and I like it that way. I will just see my topology levels if I want to, but it does not look good. So I know which interface which. So let's just console them in. Two ways I can do it. I can either right click and console, or I can do all of them at one time by clicking here. And my software, the software I'm using is called Secure CRT, which is really good if you are still interested to buy it, because I've been saying it for the last 15 labs, I think. Just this is good. So yeah, okay, let's check if our router is fully boot up. Yeah, they're still booting up. Okay, now they finish booting up. First thing we will do, we already have a basic configuration on the routers, so I will just change the name. I will go to global configuration mode and start by changing the name. Okay, host R1. Okay, once I have that, what I will do is I will assign the IP address that I gave. If you look at it here, the IP address for R1 is .1, and this is the network that we're using. Okay, so I will go back to the console and go inside the interface. It's gigabit 0/0 and IP address 198.155.10.1.255.255.255.252. Remember, we give /30, so we should bring it up, no shut, and go to the other side. R1, what's this? Let me just cancel that. R1 and R2. I mean R2, not R1. I was already in R1, and I need to rename it to R2, and go inside the interface, which is 0/1, and assign the IP address 198.155. What is going on? Oh yeah, my num log's off, so my bad. IP address 198.155.10.255.255.255.252, which is /30, no shut. And if we go out of it and ping 198.155.10.1, we are in router 2. If you look at the topology here, we are in router 2, so we're trying to ping router 1, and that ping should be successful. If we go back up and ping, we should wait. First bucket will drop. Yeah, that's good. So it's success. If you just go back up one more time, and we have 5 out of 5. Yeah. If we go to R1 as well and ping R2, they are in the same network, so it should be, they should have full reachability. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so what we need is we need to create networks in here and in here. So there are, in reality, there are networks behind this router and networks behind this router. But what we will do is we will simulate those networks as loopback interfaces in here. And what we will do is we will assign all the IP addresses on the loopback here and here, and we will see how we do that configuration. If we start with R1 and go to global config and interface loopback 1 and assign the IP address. So I'll just make up IP address as I go along, 192.168.1.1.255. So we can use this as a simulation. It does not matter which IP address you use as long as it's a valid IP address. Okay, 0.2, and I will use IP address 192.168.2.1.255.255.255.0, and that's it. I've done the side of R1. I only need to simulate, so I have 2 loopbacks which are up. So that's good, and the command you use is show interface, show IP interface brief, but I use it here as a shortcut. Yeah, so okay, let's go to R2 and do the same thing. Okay, let's go to global configuration mode, interface loopback 1, and give an IP address of 10.10.1.1.255.255.255.0, and exit out of here. Create the second loopback, which is 2, and IP address 1010.2.1.255.255.255.0. Okay, so I did quickly show IP interface brief, create our interfaces and the app. Okay, what I want is, if I'm in router 2, can I ping the loopback address on router 1? I shouldn't be able to ping it to it, because if I send the bucket here, this interface, this router does not know where to send the bucket. So what we need to create is we need to test it first that's working. It will not work, and what we need to do is we need to create a way router 2, we need to educate router 2 and tell router 2, if you want to go to this X network, let's say, send it to here. Yeah, and we can achieve it in 2 ways. Either we send it to the interface, this interface, or we send it to .1 IP address. Yeah, so we will do both of them. So let's create the first static route. Yeah, okay, so we go to R1. It doesn't matter where you start from, but I like to start from R1. So let's go to global configuration mode, and actually let's ping 10.10.1.1. we shouldn't be able to. Okay, and what we will do is we will go back up, let it finish one more time. Yeah, okay, config T and start with IP route. We'll create IP route, and we will say 10.10.1.0, that network, and the subnet mask is this. Send it to this interface, everything to that interface. Yeah, so now if we go back up and do the same command, same ping, we should be able to ping. You see, it's success now, and earlier it was not success at all. Earlier, if you see, it was 0 success rate, and now it's 100%. Yeah, okay, so let's go and ping the second IP address, 2.1. we shouldn't be able to succeed with this ping as well. So I'm just waiting for it to finish. Okay, let's go back up to global configuration mode. Okay, let's go back up, config T, and I will say IP route 10.10.2.0. Actually, we can do 1, which will be exactly the IP address, and I will just use the all 255s. And what I will say is gigabit, the interface 0/0. Okay, and go back out of it. And if I ping the same IP address is success, you see. So I ping the same IP address is success. Earlier it was 0 success. Okay, we understand that way. Let's go to R2 and do the same thing. Go to global configuration mode, IP route, and I will just say 192.10.1.0, and the subnet mask is the default class C subnet mask. I will, on this side, I will say use an IP address instead of interface, yeah, because we already seen and use the interface on this side. So we were using this interface. Now we will use the, what is it? Okay, now we will use an IP address, yeah. Okay, so let's go back up to R2 and give the IP address of R1, and we'll say .1, enter. Okay, if we ping now, it should be successful. We should have tested it before, but yeah, it should be successful. Now I will do the same thing, but I will test the other network we created, which was, remember, there was 2 networks here. Show IP interface brief, and we are testing the second one. Yeah, now we are in R1 is 0 success. Go back up here, and you can always use a arrow up and just change the IP address by just 1 number and enter. And if we go out of here and go to privilege mode, go up and ping, we should be succeeding. So you can see that. Okay, that's actually all about it. Let's just check one more configuration, show IP route, and we should be able to see this static route. And the static route is via, they're going through R1 interface. That's what they pointed to. And if we go to R1 and show IP route, they should be pointing to an interface. So S is for static, and you can see they are pointed to that interface, which is what we configured it. Yeah, that's all about it, and thanks for watching.